Prepare our forces for full-scale conflict, not just an asymmetric war. Polish General Wisław Kukula said those chilling words in July 2024. While he spoke of preparation, Poland's Deputy Defense Minister revealed the concrete steps being taken to make this readiness a reality. Poland has bolstered its eastern border guard from 6,000 troops to 8,000, with a rear guard of 9,000 soldiers on standby. Their clear message to Russia: enough is enough. In this video, we will unpack why Poland is preparing for full-scale war with Russia, how these actions fit into NATO's broader defense strategy, and why all of this matters to the United States. Russia's 2022 invasion of Ukraine shocked the world. Many wondered, what drove Vladimir Putin to launch such an unprovoked war? Putin's justification was a cocktail of propaganda, citing supposed Nazis in Ukraine and claiming he was preempting a fascist threat. But the truth is far simpler and far more troubling. At its core, Putin's war is about reclaiming territory, chasing a dream of personal glory by reassembling the Soviet-era empire he grew up idolizing. In his infamous 2024 interview with Tucker Carlson, Putin described Ukraine as a historical invention, suggesting it has no right to exist as an independent state. This rhetoric isn't new. Putin has long insisted that regions like Crimea, Mariupol, and Kherson belong to Russia, claiming they lack any real historical connection to Ukraine. These statements expose a chilling vision, a return to a time when Moscow dominated Eastern Europe. Poland, however, is not buying the propaganda. The country's leaders see a clear pattern. Just as Russia invaded Ukraine, it could easily turn its sights westward. To understand Poland's alarm, we must look at its history under Russian domination. Like Ukraine, Poland has endured periods of erasure. In the late 18th century, the three partitions of Poland divided the nation among Russia, Austria, and Prussia, effectively wiping it off the map for over a century. Fast forward to the 20th century, Poland fell under Soviet rule after World War II. These years were marked by Stalin's purges, with millions of Poles sent to concentration camps or forced labor. Poland's intelligentsia was decimated, and its independence was only restored after the Soviet Union collapsed in 1991. This shared history creates a unique bond between Poland and Ukraine. Both nations know the cost of Russian imperialism. Both have experienced their sovereignty being dismissed by Moscow. For Poland, Putin's war in Ukraine is more than a regional conflict. It's a harbinger of what could happen to them. As of February 2024, nearly 50% of Poles believed a Russian attack on their country was likely. Poland's fears aren't unfounded. Putin has made no secret of his disdain for Poland, nor have his allies. Dmitry Medvedev, a former Russian president and current deputy chairman of Russia's Security Council, labeled Poland a dangerous enemy and a historical adversary. He claimed Russia should treat Poland as such, further stoking tensions. Vladimir Solovyov, a well-known Kremlin propagandist, went even further. In 2024, he issued threats on state television, warning Poland, "Do the Poles want to be next? They are not Ukrainians. We will destroy their cities in an instant without ground troops." While such threats may seem like bluster, they reflect a deeper truth. Poland is in Russia's crosshairs. The country's strategic location, its leadership role in NATO's eastern flank, and its unwavering support for Ukraine make it a prime target. Poland isn't waiting for the storm to hit. In 2025, the Polish government plans to allocate a record-breaking $47.81 billion to its military, a staggering 4.7% of its GDP. For comparison, the US spends about 3.4% of its GDP on defense, despite having the world's largest military budget. Prime Minister Donald Tusk justifies this spending as both an economic boost and a necessity for national security. The increase ensures Poland remains NATO's top spender by GDP percentage. But this isn't just about numbers. It's about readiness. Poland's East Shield program is a prime example of where this money is going. Launched in 2024, East Shield is a $2.55 billion initiative designed to fortify Poland's 390-mile border with Belarus and the Russian exclave of Kaliningrad. The project is ambitious, aiming to create one of Europe's most advanced border defense systems. Poland has also reinforced its existing border wall with Belarus, originally built to counteract Belarusian efforts to funnel illegal migrants into the EU as a form of asymmetric warfare. For Poland, these defenses are about more than keeping people out. They're a direct response to Russia's hybrid warfare tactics, which include using migration crises to destabilize adversaries. Beyond East Shield, Poland is doubling down on its military presence. In July 2024, the government announced Operation Safe Podlasie, deploying 8,000 troops to its eastern border with 9,000 more on standby. This is just one part of a broader plan to nearly double Poland's active military to 413,000 personnel, a force that will rival the Russian army's size as of mid-2023. Poland has also invested heavily in modern equipment, including tanks, artillery, and state-of-the-art aircraft. With US and NATO support, it has become one of the most militarily advanced nations in Europe. At this point, you might be asking, why should Americans care? The answer lies in NATO and the broader fight for democracy. Poland is a linchpin in NATO's Eastern defense strategy. If Russia were to invade, Poland would likely be the first battleground, not just for itself, but for the entire alliance. An attack on Poland is an attack on NATO, triggering Article 5, which mandates collective defense. That means US troops, resources, and leadership would be on the front lines. Furthermore, Poland's efforts to strengthen its borders set an example for other NATO countries. By investing in cutting-edge defenses and expanding its military, Poland is proving that deterrence works. Poland's preparations also symbolize something larger: the global battle between democracy and authoritarianism. Russia's aggression in Ukraine isn't just about territory. It's about undermining the values that the US and its allies stand for. Poland's fight is our fight, not just because of NATO obligations, but because the stakes are global. For decades, America has championed freedom and sovereignty. Today, Poland is doing the same, reminding us all why these principles are worth defending. As Poland gears up for possible conflict with Russia, its actions should serve as a wake-up call to the United States and its allies. We cannot afford to be complacent in the face of growing authoritarian aggression. Stay tuned to USA Affairs for more insights into global politics, defense strategies, and the stories that matter to Americans. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel.